So we're live now. So we are live. So once I can see you on the video. So hello everybody at home. Just waiting for the video to come on so that I can introduce myself to you all and to Adam. Sorry, yeah. Okay. So hello everybody. We are doing the second second live webinar with one of our lovely One members who are here to offer you advice and tips. So if you have any comments during the webinar, then feel free to put them in the comments. I will just have a look on Facebook now, and I will ensure that we have a look at them and Adam answers them. So let me introduce you to my lovely One member, SEO expert, Adam Benzecrit of Inflow AI. Thank you for being with us this evening, Adam.
Pleasure. Absolutely lovely to be here in this lovely evening. So hello everyone who is potentially watching. Lovely to be here.
Lovely to have you. So let's get started, Adam. So SEO, search engine optimization. Let's start with, what is it?
Okay, as you already pointed out what it stands for. So search engine optimization is all the things you can do to get you higher up the search engine results pages. So I think the most important point to make is every business wants to be easily found through organic, i.e. through search engines. And really it's all the tweaks and things you can do to get you higher up. I mean, it's a whole field, and as it seems scary, but really it does boil down to kind of two main areas. Okay.
And what are they?
So the kind of two main areas to think about are your kind of technical SEO. This is predominantly your site. Okay. So really your site structure. Are you leading, some people land on your site, are you leading them to kind of really nowhere? So it's really important to have a really strong site. So that's the first part, is the technical SEO, which is all about your site structure. Then the other part of SEO is on-page SEO, which is primarily led by content. So search engine optimization is an absolute must-have, I think, for businesses, especially given particularly given the changes, what's gone on.
So it's about how, so just so I'm clear, because I'm having a website built for one, and so I'm delving into this whole SEO world, which is a black hole for money, right? You can just literally throw money at it, but unless you're with the right people, it's a complete waste of time. So, you know, you're the right people, and I know you're going to do the SEO for my website. But just so everybody's clear, it's your visibility, right? It's how you're found online. It improves your visibility online, right?
Yeah, it's exactly right. It's being, when someone types into a search engine, into Google, a question, which is what we all do every single day. Help me with bookkeeping software.
Find a plumber near me, local Chinese restaurant.
You find a restaurant near me. The results that show are then really what is determined by SEO and how you're being found. So it is absolutely important to be performing well online for that reason. So you want to be first on Google. You want to be number one. And you're right. You know, there are a lot of things to consider, which is why it can be almost a bit of a dangerous thing.
Sorry, I can see my dog in the background. I'm so sorry. Let me just the other dog as well. Sorry everyone, live TV, what can you do? Sorry, we'll just ignore them. I'll put my chair there. Sorry, they're playing. That's Boris and Fifi. I think they're really enjoying everything that you have to say, and they're very excited. But carry on, Adam. Sorry, carry on before we were rudely interrupted.
I think the thing to say is, for anyone looking to adopt SEO, is don't think it's going to be, you make one change, or you adopt keyword research, or you change one thing in your site and things are going to change. I think the first thing you've got to say before you speak to agencies, consultants, experts, it does take 6 months really. Things are actually really going to change. Like, it's like the gym. You don't go once, twice, and suddenly you look like Arnold Schwarzenegger 20 years ago.
You hope so.
We hope so. We all hope so, but it does take time, and it's the big yeah.
That's one of the myths. I mean, we had a brief conversation earlier. I mean, you and I talk quite a bit anyway because we're looking to go into business together, and you're obviously in a Federation of Small Businesses membership advisor. I'm the advisor. You're the member with the FSB, and obviously, I'm really looking forward to using your SEO services for my own website. And it was some of the myths. I was talking to you about some of the myths that people believe surrounding SEO. For example, like you were saying, you go to the gym and you're not going to get instant results. But with SEO, actually, people usually think that. They usually think, right, if I give this company, this vast amount of money, I'm going to get instant results overnight. But you said that's not true. And when you said that it usually takes between 3 to 6 months, I was like, wow, why is that? Why is that?
Well, it's really because Google's algorithms look for a number of different variables in order to actually position you on the search engine results pages. Okay. So as I said, it's kind of that technical SEO side, which is the site structure. So within your site, obviously, like any website, you've got many pages. And there's various things that you can do to improve kind of how your site is performing. So on that technical SEO side, so you can think about titles, for example, navigation bars being easier. You may have heard of, say, 404 pages. So, for example, when someone clicks,
you see it sometimes. Yeah, you come up.
You click on a website and you click on, I don't know, somewhere in the navigation, and you click on case studies or testimonials, and suddenly nothing's there. And that's a 404 page. Or there's different tags that Google looks for. There's things like meta descriptions and titles. There's many different factors. So I think, for anyone, the biggest thing I'd say is, with anyone getting to grips with SEO, the first thing to do is actually get a kind of a site audit done. That's really important to flag, potential key issues you have with your site. There's different tools out there on the market to make that a bit easier. At least then you can start to really measure how you're doing. So that's something there to consider. So there are many factors, but it is all possible. But as long as you're educated that it's going to take time, you won't struggle.
So, what is it that you offer at Inflow AI? So, what makes you different from everybody else? Then I understand that you're strong and your focus is on content. So would you like to just tell us a little bit about your unique USP?
Yeah, absolutely. So we touched on quite a bit of technical SEO there, but I started up with my business partner Toby, a company called Inflow AI, and it really deals with the second key area around SEO, which is on page, and that is primarily driven through content. So what we've created, I've been doing this now for 7 years, is a tool. Who is it for? So firstly, it's a tool for business owners, founders who are enormously busy, and marketing managers of overstretched companies. And what we've created is a way for those two kind of personas to really adopt and get into the swing of putting out good quality blog content. So we're experts of getting that blog content right. And there's many different things that go into that. But how we're kind of unique is the end-to-end experience. So firstly, what are the kind of benefits of blogging and business blogging? Well, we all know it's awareness, brilliant traffic, quality traffic, because you're educating through blogging. That's the great thing about blogging is you're putting out what's called long form content, which is educative, it's practical, it's insightful. So when people do land on your site and read your blog, and you can really get your domain expertise out there. To get to us a bit more, we are an all-in-one blogging tool, but there's kind of two areas that really make up our product. So the first thing to really adopt blogging, you first need a content strategy. Okay.
Right.
It's actually
Okay.
it's really dangerous just to jump into blogging without having that. It's really important that you don't just, you know, get up on a Sunday because you're feeling really energetic and just start writing and putting out content. You are going to waste time. And
Oh,
you are,
I do that.
yeah, well, you're gonna, yeah, I mean, you're going to waste,
I
yeah,
I'll
that's the
post
first.
how I feel. Oh dear. Okay. Well, that's great because you're working with me now, so I'm going to tidy all that stuff up.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
So you don't do that. Okay. Okay. And then, so what do you do then? What's a good tip then for starting off? Where do you start when you're planning your content strategy then?
Yeah, I think
You just pick up the phone and call you.
you can do, yeah. The first thing you want to do is you want to know what your targets, your audience, are actually searching for. So it's really important to make it the whole exercise, the whole strategy data driven. What does that actually mean? It means actually conducting what's called keyword research. A keyword is really a query or a question that someone writes into Google, okay, that they write into a search engine, okay?
Okay.
So if you're an accountant, well, if you sell accountancy services, or you're looking for, let's just say you're looking for accountancy services, you'll be writing in bookkeeping services, and that putting in that query, the question is really your keyword. So the most important thing before you get writing is to go and conduct what's called keyword research. That's absolutely
Right.
essential.
And there's two ways people can do that. They can try and do it themselves, or they can obviously give you guys a call and you'll do it for them. Because that doesn't sound easy. I wouldn't even know where to start.
So I think the thing to say is, you know, there's lots of tools in the market for keyword research. Okay. And the SEO experts out there will all be jumping on the SEMrush. There's many tools like SEMrush, Moz, Ahrefs, and they're able to go and do it themselves because they've been trained for 10 years. Right. Now, if you're a really busy business owner, you don't have that 10 years knowledge. You cannot just jump on to certain complex tools and really get the best use out of those tools. And so all of a sudden you start to waste a lot of time because it is complex. It is a kind of another science. And what you're trying to do there is understand what are the keywords, what are people searching for in your industry. So why I've set up Inflow is to get rid of this headache and hassle.
I've got a headache just listening to you. I mean, not just because you're talking.
A lot of people get that.
Talking, but all the stuff you're throwing at me is just like
it's full of jargon, this industry. So listen, lots of tools out there, but we actually do the keyword research for businesses. So we will say to a business, whether you're an accountancy firm, whether you're a small agency, whether you're an e-commerce business, these are the keywords. These are 100 to 200 keywords.
Wow.
That are going on in your industry. I.e., these are the questions people are writing into Google. Now, if you know the questions people are writing into Google, you all of a sudden you can then be strategic, right?
Yeah, about what you write.
Right. So don't write before you have that strategy.
I guess before that, if somebody, you know, if they're not able to, for whatever reason, part with the money, you know, to use, you know, a service, a company like your good selves, then it's really, really difficult and really time consuming, but it is doable. But, you know, it sounds like it's really, really time consuming, and you are going to waste a lot of time if you don't know what you're doing. And you're just not going to get the results, really, are you? Because you're just guessing. It's guesswork. It's guessing. You're just shooting in the dark, aren't you? Guessing what your target audience want to read about, search about, and stuff like that. Gosh, tricky, really tricky.
You know, there's another point to make. You know, keywords is one thing, i.e., knowing what people are searching for your industry. Then you've got to the next step is then coming up with a title for your new post. You know, what you're actually going to go, you come up with a title, but again, that's another point where Google looks for certain things. So the next challenge is then how do you actually deliver on your content strategy? Okay. Let's just say you've miraculously done the keyword research.
Miraculously. Yeah.
You wake up, you've had your bowl of Cheerios, and then
Yeah.
it's done there in front of you.
Mm.
The next challenge is how do you actually execute on that content strategy?
Yeah. Okay. Well, how do you?
Yeah. Well, this is it. This is then the challenge. So,
I mean, do you have any tips? Obviously, you have a team, you have a whole team of people that will do this for, for the business owner. And that's brilliant. And maybe we'll take a little look at your website in a second, because you offer, different packages and stuff like that, which is wonderful. So, it shouldn't be I think what you're able to do is sort of, just open it up, its price shouldn't be a barrier necessarily to opportunity in business. And I think that's one of the lovely things about your company. But do you have any tips for anybody that is gonna give it a go for themselves? I mean, if I was to write an article, for example, I would have to think, okay, who my target market is, small business owners, and then obviously content, which would have to be in line with my branding as well.
Yeah.
Tips?
Yeah, I've got loads of quick wins here. So titles, no longer than 150 characters. There's something that Google looks for. The word length of your article, at least 800 words.
Wow, really? Gosh.
Yeah, well, look, again, blogging is about educating. It's about putting out good quality, valuable content that is going to help your reader and help them buy from you. And you've probably heard it's talked about all the time, but the kind of 3 stages, the buyer's journey of one, awareness. If no one's heard of you, no one's going to certainly buy from you. So awareness is the first thing. Consideration, and then finally decision making. So awareness, consideration, decision making. Content and blogging is a great one that kind of helps out with all those 3 steps, because you're educating your prospects, you're answering questions. Now, quick wins. So let's think. Titles. Okay, that's one there. So no longer than 150 characters. Word length, at least 800 words is good. Other things around length, paragraph length, no longer than 150 words. Sentence length, no longer than 25 words. Going to affect your bounce rate otherwise. What else is good? So keywords. So the specific keyword that people are searching in Google, coming back to the first point of strategy, it's good practice to include that keyword in the title, what you're writing, so your post title. It's good practice to include the keyword in the first paragraph of your post that you're writing, and also sprinkled through the article. So there's some quick wins there. Other quick wins, top of my head, 1 to 2 articles per week is good. That's good. What else? Have a CTA in a blog. At the end of the day, when you're putting a blog out, you are hopefully directing that traffic to somewhere. Now, whether that's to book a demo or book a call, book a consultation, to speak to you, the founder, the business owner, the marketing manager, or the sales manager, think about the journey. So, right, you write an amazing article, you're educating, as I say, around bookkeeping or whatever it is if you're an accountant. You've educated why you should be doing bookkeeping, what are the best practices. The next step is to think of a CTA, a call to action. So that could be booking a 10-minute, 15-minute call with your good self.
Right. The engagement. I call that the engagement. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Business is like dating. It really is. There's some very strong similarities. Maybe it's just me. I'm just the pervert in business. But sorry, carry on. Sorry, yeah.
What else would I say?
No, that's enough. I mean, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. And if anybody wants to know any more, then they have to get in contact with you. But that's brilliant. We've got some comments here. So a hello from Spencer Debson. So hello, Spencer. Spencer is the director of Marketing Wisdom and also my business partner, which is lovely. So you'll be speaking a lot to Spencer as things unfold with the website and your lovely services, Adam. Graham Wheatcroft asks, will I be able to watch a replay, guys? Absolutely. Yeah, we will hold it onto the one Facebook group for forever. Forever.
Evergreen content this is. Yeah.
Let's have a look. Have an awesome training. Thank you from Graham again. Richard Mancy says hello. Hello, Richard. That's a lovely admin. Sports Sunday 1 administrator. And Steve Buck. Hello, Steve. Lovely to have you with us. And we have a lovely Yogesh, which is Yogi, my lovely FSB member who offers competitive utilities for people. So lovely to have you with us all, everybody. Let's have a little look. So we've still got 10 minutes left of our lovely webinar. So, well, before that, because I'm just worried that we may just kind of concentrate on business, fix on business. And as we know, Adam, people buy from people. So let's have a little Q&A with your good self here. So I had a Q&A with Paul Harris the other day, and it was really nice to start off with, a bit like Blind Date. What's your name and where'd you come from?
I'm up for that. Let's do it. Yeah.
What's your name and where'd you come from, Chuck?
Like he wants to be a millionaire. I'm from Brighton. My name, I think, is probably known, but I'll say it again, Adam. Yeah.
So you're from Brighton, but you don't live in Brighton, because you told me you went to Brighton and Hove for the weekend.
I grew up in Brighton. I always say I'm from Brighton. I'm mentally attached, but I live in London. I live in South London. We have offices in South London. Yeah.
Very nice part of the world. Brighton's lovely. Brighton's lovely. So what do you do when you're in Brighton? Because I recently discovered kayaking. So I've got some friends and family that live in Brighton. Hello, Phoebe. You're watching. I discovered kayaking. Love it. What do you do when you're in Brighton?
I am a bit of a tennis boff. I love playing tennis. I sort of relax through exercise. So running, tennis, watch sport. When I'm in Brighton, I'm restaurants, obviously. I love my food. So all these things really.
So you just kind of go away to get away, like for a cityscape. You just get away from the city for a few days.
Yeah, that's right. I recently went to Devon, which was really nice. A place called Brixham in Devon, and then actually did a sea kayak experience there, which was like a 3.5-hour kayak actually.
Oh wow!
Going in and out of caves.
Oh god!
I was on one of those double kayaks.
Yeah.
Two of us, and we were trying to get through this tiny little creek, and the instructor was on a single kayak. He shot through, but left us in the dark cave.
That's nice. Showing off. Yeah.
It's a bit like a lot of SEO experts. They can lead you up. They can lead you up an interesting path. So beware. So I had to reverse out of that one and get on the right strategy after that. So to do excuse the pun there, but what do I do in Brighton? See my family is the main thing there, and exercise with friends.
Yeah, they got some famous people down there, don't they? When I was there, oh gosh, the boxer lives there, doesn't he? The eccentric one.
Chris Eubank, yeah.
That's it, yeah. And he was there. I mean, he's great. And when he drives through, because everybody's used to Chris Eubank driving through Brighton in his huge convertible, shiny Bentley, and he gets all dressed up for the occasion. And honestly, you think it was like a parade with the king coming through. Everybody stops in Brighton and goes, yeah. And he loves it. He's like,
yeah, he loves it. Yeah, he's quite a feature of Brighton. He has I remember the lorry he used to drive. There was this great big blue lorry.
Yeah.
Through the Brighton lanes on.
And then narrow too.
They are pretty narrow. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. A bit like the Paddle Creek I mentioned. Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
And I'd like to ask you, so now that you are obviously in in the world of, the digital world, software, computers and stuff like that. What was your first job? What did you want to be? Your very first job? That's a good question.
Good. I mean, I studied in London, so I've been in London for the last sort of 15 years. Studied London, and then I first got a job in technology.
Your first job, the first job you ever had,
was in technology. It was for a small market research company called We See Through. and it was using. Do you remember the Google glasses?
No.
So it was like you put on these glasses, and you can. It's basically like wearable technology, and everything was recorded. And basically, it was like a product research company, and we were selling the services and the research to Unilever's brands. So that was the first company. So I worked in a small startup. I've always worked in startups, actually. I've always worked in kind of small businesses, and then I worked for a company in San Francisco for a while.
Oh, nice, lovely. That must have been exciting.
I was based in London, but it was pretty,
not so exciting then.
Again, I've always been in technology. So technology, first company, market research, next company, technology, kind of automation for founders, CEOs, and making their lives a little bit easier.
So you've always just loved this world then, this whole,
yeah, I mean,
internet highway.
Definitely, but this company we're still doing now has definitely been quite the journey. It started off very, very different to what it is today. Yeah, it started off as
sorry, before you tell us how it started off, and we will come back to that, it's really important. I don't want to miss people's questions. So sure. You will tell us how your company started off, and that's relevant as well, because obviously everybody's thinking about, changing what they're doing, starting new businesses. So we'll get on to that in a second. So Yogi says, Emma, not sure where the utility warehouse came from. No, I didn't say utility warehouse. I said a utilities provider, Yogi. You're a utilities provider. Forgive me. Okay, so lovely M. Murat Youssef asked, would like to ask you, Adam, is there a way to track the work the SEO firm has done so far? Good question.
Good question. First thing I'd do is jump on to Google Analytics would be a first place to look. Jump onto Google Analytics, the search console in there, look at uniques, look at your traffic, look at impressions, jump into that and see what's going on. Set up a kind of measurement structure on a monthly basis, what is changing. Dive into the metrics around keywords, ask them for metrics around keywords. What are the keywords you're tracking? Understand that, look into that, see how your position for your keyword is changing over time. Has it changed over time? So yeah, quick wins, Google Analytics, Google Search Console, lots of metrics there around the site you're gonna get. Jump into the keyword stuff, ask them for that, see what they pull out, because unless you can jump into the keyword tools that they're already using, if you know that, they'll be the main things.
Wow. I am learning as I go along. Wow. Okay, Yogesh, I am a chartered accountant. Okay, lovely. But Yogi, when you joined the Federation of Small Businesses, you joined as a utility provider, and you're always posting lovely, wonderful utility deals on one. So forgive me, post some chartered accountant things, and then I'll know about your other role. And yeah. So that's it. So lovely. Well, if you have any more questions, let us know. So tell us about how you started your company, because you are expanding. I'm really impressed. Another reason why I want to do business with you, because you're obviously good at what you do. Hence, you have just opened some new offices. So where did it all begin? How did it all start?
Yeah, the story is an interesting one. We started off different as to what we are today. We started off, it still is in content, but we started off, we were inspired by, believe it or not, a teenager. Okay. So a guy called Nick Deloisio built and sold an app which curated and aggregated articles, summarized them, and displayed them to users. So it was actually finance content from the Wall Street Journal, aggregated it, summarized it, and Yahoo bought the app because it was kind of acquiring anything in the news digest space. Yeah. So myself, and there was actually more founders that initially set up the business. We launched we thought, great concept, but why not apply that to sports fans? Why not imagine if sports fans could follow their favorite teams, athletes, players easier? So rather than going, say you're a Lewis Hamilton fan, rather than going to 10, 15 websites, how cool would it be if you could aggregate all the latest content, summarize the content to get quick snippets of what's going on? So we in 2015 launched the sports news app. That's how the business started.
Lovely.
So we launched the app, iPhone, Android, started to grow the user base.
Yeah.
How we did that was through PR, competitions, a lot of networking. It was tremendous. It was almost a stage we were collecting business cards. It felt like it was just going around really doing that. It was incredible. And we got onto an accelerator, a very small accelerator at the time, and they were very well connected in sport, the guys who ran the accelerator. So, and we got introduced to lots of brands, and it started to get really interesting at this point because we were meeting with, this was 2015, we were meeting with lots of brands. So mainly betting companies. Okay. So meeting with your Paddy Powers, your Ladbrokes, your William Hills, your Victors, and meeting specifically, with the marketing team. Okay, so meeting with decision makers there, CMOs, heads of digital marketing, senior marketing managers there. And what we were trying to do then with our app, remember we had the sports news app, was to try and get them to display, really advertise on the app. So we had a lovely news feed of relevant content. Come and display your odds, Mr. Paddy Power, on our app. Okay.
And then was that to get money, funding, advertising, investment?
That we would make money through a typical kind of B2C advertising model. So we started to like get interest doing that. But this is now the key bit which changed the whole next chapter of the business.
Do tell.
Here we go. So this was the key moment. In speaking to CMOs, marketing managers, then our target audience, they started to say, well, lovely app there and great opportunity to advertise, particularly when you've got millions of users. That was a challenge then. But have you guys got have you got a product or a service that can help augment our digital products and services? i.e., can you help us with our app or our website? And we realized, if we can steer our technology to help marketing teams, that would be really, really exciting and an amazing business to build. So in the end of 2015, started 2016, really pivoted from an app to then knowing marketing teams are struggling to produce enough content. Okay? So in 2016 was that switch.
So you changed direction slightly then?
Really did it, a big iteration at that point. And then it was, if we can help, and then we realized, well, we've spoken to the Paddy Powers of the world, some of the larger brands, but who struggles most? Who struggles most with content marketing? Who doesn't have the budget? Who doesn't have the time? Clearly, it's the smaller businesses, the overstretched founders, the overstretched business owners, the overstretched marketing managers. They don't have the time. They do not have yourself, Emma. You don't have the time. Why? Because you're busy running around, busy thinking of business plans, busy thinking of different things. Investors, product. What is the product? What are the milestones? What's the next 12 months?
Staff, usually whipping staff into shape. You know who you are out there, one team.
Members. So then we realized, right, we're gonna pivot the technology to help marketing teams, but specifically the smaller companies who need it most. And if we're going to do that, we have to make it affordable. We have to make it affordable, and we have to make it easy, and we have to be sensitive to time. Okay. Now, really, 2016, 17, 18, 19 until today has been, how can we build kind of best-in-class technology to really make it easier for business owners and marketing managers? So we've been all about, right, how can we help them through the entire journey? So let's set them up with a content strategy. If we can give them a content strategy, they're not wasting time. And then to deliver on that content strategy, they've got the kind of winning formula. And that's been the journey with, lots of interesting rivers and bridges and things to find, but that's basically what's gone on in 6 years. Yeah.
I love your company. I love what you offer. I do. So let's have a little looky then. Let's have a little look at, I think, some of the packages. I think we'll just spend, because we've gone over now. Let's spend a couple of minutes just showing everybody what it is that we are talking about. So this is your lovely website here. So this is your lovely, and you're updating it, aren't you? You're having a brand new super duper website being built as we speak. And when is that going to be launched?
That's exciting. That will be live next week at some stage, probably in the middle of the week, Wednesday or Thursday next week. So, and it really, is a big upgrade to this. So I'm very excited about that.
Okay. Sorry, I must interject very quickly. You're right. So I'm so sorry. Yogesh Pathmanathan, forgive me. I have mistaken you for one of my lovely FSB members. Forgive me. But on that note, I shall message you after this Zoom, and we shall have a one-to-one, and I shall get to know you a lot better. So my apologies, sir. That's Yogesh Pathmanathan is a chartered accountant. Right, so lovely. Back to you, Adam. Where do we go? Where can I go to see your packages?
So this is the thing. So the update to the site is happening next week, where it will show the new packages that we have.
Okay,
we do have, as I say, very affordable prices, starting at £99 a month for if you want to just get going. Good thing to look on this particular site. Get the testimonials there, great. But if you click on the product page,
at the top,
it shows you the end-to-end experience that we're offering to the busy marketing managers, the busy business owners who want to just get a workflow and get blogging, but get blogging in, as I say. So within the platform, as you can see, you can discover content. That's the first thing. So speeds up that research, nice and easy. Next thing is you can organize the research. So rather than having a million tabs in Inflow, you can organize your research, your articles into a single place within what we call a board. Going down the page, we help you create, and we help you create, making that easier by giving you what we call the SEO scanner. So that scanner there will tell you very simply how you're doing for SEO. So it'll give you a traffic light system and a dashboard, give you literally a color, and tell you what you need to improve.
Lovely.
You want to get everything to green, and then once you have got everything to green, you can hit publish and get your article out the door. So that's the thing. And if the best thing I can do, we obviously have so do book a demo. So top right there, there's top right, book a demo. And if you are interested, the free demo, obviously, to have a look at what we do, and the team will pick that up. And see if it's the right thing for your business.
Yeah. What's happening in this time then? What's the siesta time? Is it? What's going on here? Siesta time in Flow AI.
I think it's a weekend, isn't it? Is that not right?
Oh yes. I thought that was during the day. I was thinking, bang in the middle of the day. What's all that about?
I was going to say. I thought that was a technical issue there. Yeah.
Now, Adam.
You can book now if you want. Yeah. So have a look. So that's it. That's the experience. That's the experience.
That's brilliant. Thank you so much. And I just want to show everybody the website. So if they want to, there we are. So it's Inflow AI, isn't it? So it's www.inflow.ai.
Inflow.ai.
Inflow.ai. Well, thank you so much, Adam. This was really lovely. Thank you so much for all of the wonderful tips. I mean, gosh, there's some great freebie tips there. And for it's nice to get to know the one members. It's nice to get to know each other a bit better.
All one members. Put me a if you got any questions, put a message on Facebook, and I'll try and help you out. If you've got any content marketing queries, I'm happy to help you. So
lovely. I'm just making sure that there's nothing else on no, okay, I haven't got anybody else's name wrong or anybody else's identity wrong. Great. Thank you so much, Adam, and goodbye everybody. Have a lovely evening.
Have a nice evening. Thank you.